Hey, my name is Ron and I am a software developer based in Canada. So I updated my personal site the other day, and to my surprise, three people already requested access to my free SaaS starter kit. I put a little button here, didn't expect anything would happen, but that's awesome. And I thought it might be a good idea to do a quick walkthrough to show you how to use that boilerplate and so you can get your SaaS up and running super fast. So let's do that right now. I'll put the link in the description down below. You can find, or you can just type it here. So what this template is, you can think of it as a very thin wrapper around what you would typically get by just running like create new next app, but with some essential integrations pre-installed to save you time. I've kept it intentionally minimal because I wanted to give myself or anybody who's going to use it the flexibility to build whatever they want. And the biggest component I added on top of the bare bone next app is definitely the authentication. Authentication is already set up. If you've ever sat through a long tutorial, you know that setting up authentication almost always takes a big chunk of time, and it's something you just have to do for any legit app. I wanted to get that out of the way, not only for you, for myself too, so you can move on to building the fun parts of your app right away. So before we dive in, I'm going to show you step by step how to set it up, and it's literally going to take less than 10 minutes. But first, I just want to quickly go through some of the stuff that comes pre-installed in this template. So first is NextAuth for authentication. It's already configured. I'll show you how that works. And Prisma ORM with database setup, you can choose to go with either Supabase or Neon.tech. These days, I'm more using Neon.tech than Supabase, because although they both offer like free plans, last time I checked, Supabase offers 2 free projects, whereas Neon.tech offers 10. Very generous of them. So it's great news for us indie makers to spin up something quickly without worrying about paying for a monthly subscription, another monthly subscription. And then next is Stripe for payment processing with webhook handling, and React hook form, and Zod for form handling and validation. It's just standards nowadays. You use React hook form, and then 10 stack query or React query for state management and data fetching. And then SendGrid, I typically use SendGrid or sometimes in conjunction of Resend for sending transactional emails. And then Chatzian UI library components with Tailwind CSS for fast prototyping. I think it doesn't need any more introduction. If you don't know what Chatzian is, have you been living under a rock? But jokes aside, it's a great library for building out beautiful components. And then lastly, Lucid icons for easy to use, beautiful icons. So these are all tools I use in my own projects. Highly recommend. Okay, so let's get started setting up our app. First, you go to this link and then click use this template. Create a new repo. Okay, I'll just put it demo. It's available. Okay, and I'm gonna keep it private for now. Create repo. Let it do its thing, and we will clone this to my local. You know the drill. Open my terminal, cd into my personal, my projects folder, and then just do git clone, copy the link. Okay, and then we will cd change directory into that repo we just copied, and then do code dot. Okay, I'll drag it here. So first thing first, I want you to open the README file and just give it a good read. I've written down the detailed instructions on how to use this repo, but again, you can just follow me along in this tutorial. I want you to open .env.local file, copy everything by doing Command AC, and in the root level of the project, create a new file called .env. Copy everything, paste everything here, save it, and you can delete this file if you want. We don't need it anymore. For every single key here, you have the instruction of how to grab them. So let's just do it together. Open your terminal by doing Command J. It says to generate a next auth secret, run the following command in your terminal. Okay, let me copy this part, excluding the hashtag, copy that, and then paste it here. It's gonna give me a random string of stuff. Copy that, paste it here. Good. Now we have the next auth secret done. Okay, get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, I just realized this might be a little small to see, so I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Okay, that's better. Now, next step is to set up Google Cloud for authentication. So go to Google Cloud Console and create a new project. Okay, let's do that. So open your browser and just like do a quick Google search, Console Cloud. Open it. And in here, create a new project. Let's just call it demo template, whatever. And choose no organization, create. It's gonna take a few minutes. Just let it do its thing. Okay, so it's done, and then we're gonna select this project. Google is kind of quirky in that this box doesn't go away when you click select project. We are actually already in this project. Let's click APIs and services. And then OAuth consent screen. We're gonna choose external, create, call it demo template, whatever you wanna call it. Maybe it's best to be consistent and just type in your own email for user support email. Don't worry about app logos. For now, you can just put localhost 3000. Then copy and paste it for, do I need HTTP in front? I think, okay. So yeah, for now you can just use that, but later on when you publish the app, make sure you come back and change this. For developer contact information, same thing, just enter your own email and click off of the input. Save and continue. Okay, so it's asking you to add scopes. So we're gonna just click the very bare minimum that any app uses. It's not invasive to the user. So user email, profile, OpenID, and update. Okay. Save and continue. For test users, you can add a couple. You can add yourself and maybe another email, so you can test with different emails. And click off of it, add it. Save and continue. Okay, great. So this part is done, and we want to go to credentials now. Click on create credentials, OAuth client ID. And for application type, you want to choose web application, and probably just make it consistent demo template. The authorized JavaScript origins, you can just do the same thing here. And then authorized redirect URIs. Let's go back to our repo. I believe I put a link here. So for callback URL, just copy paste this link. Copy that, paste it here, and then create. Okay, now you got the client ID and client secret. These are the stuff you want to grab and then store them in your M file. So I'm going to copy that, paste it here, and then copy the client secret, paste it here. So this step, you're done this step. Congratulations. Okay, we're moving on to the next step, which is to configure your database on either Supabase or neon.tech. So for this demo, I'm just going to choose neon.tech. And I'll clean this part because we don't need it anymore. So go to neon.tech, and I'm just going to log in because I already have an account. Okay, once you're in your dashboard, click New Project, and demo, what did I call it? Demo template. For the region, you can choose the one that's close to your customers. Common sense, right? And then create project. So it's going to give you a bunch of options, and we want to choose Prisma. Click on the .env and just copy snippet, and we're going to paste it in here. Just replace this whole thing with that. Okay, don't worry about this because we're using the latest Prisma. And one more thing, go to Prisma, schema.prisma file, and then comment out this line, because if you take a look at the instruction that neon.tech gave us, you have to comment out this direct URL part. And believe it or not, we are actually done. And you're done setting up the authentication. We're gonna tie everything in a second, but I just want to quickly show you what's in our schema. We have the account table, session table. I don't think I'm using this one, but if you want, you can take advantage of that. We have the user table, just the most common fields that you need, right? ID, name, email, image, username, row, created at, accounts, etc., etc. Okay, so let's tie everything together. Open up your terminal by doing Command J, and then actually, the first thing we should do is npm install. I totally forgot that, but let's just do it. Npm install. Okay, cool. We are going to initialize the database. So we want to sync our local Prisma schema to the remote. So we'll do npx prisma db push. This will push all the tables to neon.tech in a second. We'll come back to neon.tech and then click on tables to see if it's actually here. Give it a sec. It's doing its thing. Okay, great. So, okay, great. It says your database is now in sync with your Prisma schema. Let's take a look. We can refresh it. All the tables are here. It's empty because we don't have any data in that right now, but in a minute, we will. So if you followed to this point, good job. Now, finally, we can start the development server by doing npm run dev. And it's going to spin up localhost 3000. We'll open localhost, and voila, you got a blank canvas, but actually it has a lot of stuff done already. Don't worry about the errors. Once we sign in, it's gonna go away. So let's try it. Let's see if it actually worked. Click on sign in. Continue with Google. Okay. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna sign in with my email that I put in the test user email. Sign into demo template. It's actually showing the product's name, the app's name. And boom, there you go. Look at that. I'm signed in now. How cool is that? And let's try sign out. It works. So with that, now you have the tool in your tool belt to save you time and let you focus on building what matters most. If you have any questions or feedback, drop them in the comments below. I will read every single one of them. I'd love to hear how you're using this and if this helps you get your SaaS idea off the ground faster. Let me know.